Hi, guys, and welcome to the Truth Factor, where we do headlines with an attitude. And we have just a few articles today, not a whole lot. Doesn't Some troubling articles though, with some warnings from the FBI and DHS about holiday disruptions. Anyway, um, let's get right on into these articles, guys. I'm ready to go. Anyway, all these articles are in the description and link in the box below. So here we go, guys. Let's get this going. We have first lineup from War News 247. Russians blinded NATO satellites and aircraft for the first time. Kyivstar out of service. Kyiv has no picture of Russian movements. The Russian blinded NATO satellites that provided information to the Ukrainian armies while simultaneously launching the largest cyber attack to date, targeting Ukraine's mobile phone operator, Kyivstar, as well as other Ukrainian companies and services. According to reports, the Russians have jammed the radars of NATO aircraft scanning for Russian troops. Movements in the Azov and Black Sea regions. At the same time, the satellites of some companies have been blocked. The Finnish IC in August 2022 is a sold satellite for the needs of the armed forces of Ukraine, as well as American Ursa Space Systems and Capella Space. The Russian Federation's actions have not yet affected the European Sentinel 1A, 1B, and Cosmos SkyMed satellites, as they have been deployed in a higher orbit. The same sources speak of very powerful electronic countermeasures coming from Krasuka for electronic warfare systems from the territory of Crimea. Currently, the main intelligence directorate of Ministry of Defense of Ukraine cannot collect satellite images along the LBS. Such a large-scale operation involving surveillance satellites in low Earth orbit is being carried out by the Russians for the first time. With the advent of winter, the Ukrainian armed forces temporarily lost a key tool used to track Russian troops. In the spring of 2022, near Kyiv, the Ukrainians captured the most intact Russian Krasuska 4 complex. It was then sent to the U.S. for analysis. However, they did not lead to the adoption of effective countermeasures by the Ukrainian army, probably because Russians upgraded it. The Russians first used the Krasuska 4 complex in 2014 in Syria. This electronic warfare system is designed to suppress K and X band radar and satellites. It is often used in conjunction with other electronic warfare systems to create multi-layered system to counter the enemy. Ukraine's largest mobile phone operator, Kyivstar, has denounced the act of war by Russia after a major cyber attack paralyzed and partially destroyed its network span, the IT infrastructure. This is a war which is being waged not only on the battlefield, but also in the world of virtual networks. And unfortunately, we have been affected by this war, said Kyivstar Group GEO Hostlander Komarov, speaking on the state-run Ukrainian TV. The attack caused severe damage to the IT infrastructure, limited access. We could not counter it at the level of virtual networks, so we interrupted the Kyivstar services to limit the enemy's access. This morning, we were the target of a major hacker attack. It caused technical failure that made mobile phone services and internet access temporarily unavailable. The company said that it will take a long time to restore the infrastructure since the consequences of the attack are impressive. In addition to the mobile phone company, some Ukrainian banks, including Privata Bank and Ashgabat Bank, also experienced problems. Ukraine's largest bank, Privbank, said that the some of its ATMs and terminals were affected by the cyber attack, according to Hormozk public television website. While Privbank said it dealt with the consequences of the attack, the second credit institution was less fortunate. Some of its terminals are not working, and there are difficulties with transferring funds. One of the major Ukrainian banks, Monobank, reported that it was a target of massive DDoS distributed denial of service attack. Mass DDoS attack on Monobank, wrote the bank co-founder Og Korzhonsky on his Telegram channel. And there's those tweets. There's a little video in that tweet. Anyway, guys, I think that's a pretty big deal if Russia was able to shut down some of our systems that help keep people in the know. Hey, Daryl, how are you, brother? Anyway, well, then we also have Hal Turner, guys, saying this was in yesterday's headlines. We have a problem. The actual war invasion of the USA is planned, and now we have a date range. America, we have a problem. While it's long been rumored that foreign countries are planning to invade the continental USA, we've never seen evidence of any such actual planning until now. For years, we've all heard rumors of Chinese troops being massed in South Central Mexico, but never any proof to bolster such claims. 2 years ago, we all found out that Prime Minister Trudeau in Canada signed a treaty with China allowing deployment of People's Liberation Army troops in Canada. And the treaty prohibits local Canada government from having any say where the troops are or what they do while in Canada. The treaty has been verified and it is real. So if one believes the rumor about China troops in central Mexico, and we already have confirmation they're entering Canada, that would mean an invasion of the continental USA would be possible from both the north and the south. Then, two, for years, we've all heard rumors that Venezuela would send troops to Cuba to join with Cuban troops to invade Florida from Cuba, but zero evidence of any such planning has ever been offered or produced by anyone. Now, though, we have something very real from deep inside Russian intelligence. Below, from inside the Russian FSB, we now have concrete proof of an actual invasion of the United States of America is, in fact, being planned. And the date range for that invasion has already been decided. It appears we have less than 1 year. The evidence obtained from the Inside Department C of the Central Security Service of the FSB of Russia appears below, and it is for subscribers to this website. Guys, I don't know where I saw it, but I saw it a couple of days ago. Somebody saying October, I think. There's an October date for this invasion, I guess you'd say. So I think that's what I heard, or that's what I read. If I can find where I heard it or whatever, where I read it, I will share it. We've just been so busy, guys. But anyway, there is that. We also have from Hal Turner, Yemen attacks another ship in the Red Sea. So forces inside the country of Yemen have reportedly attacked another vessel. According to United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations, the vessel hit by Houthis is now on fire. There is some confusion regarding this report. One report says commercial ship was hit, while another report claims an Israeli military ship was hit. It is yet unknown if there are two separate incidences, although reports this morning seem to indicate exactly that. It seems the vessel shown above burning may be the Israeli military ship, because a series of other reports coming in this morning indicate the Norwegian merchant vessel named the MV Stranda is in flames in the Red Sea after being attacked by at least one missile fired from Houthis-controlled territory in Yemen. Below is a file photo of the Norwegian ship. The information I have is that the commercial ship was attacked by the Houthis off the coast of Yemen. The ship caught fire and the crew is safe. Naval forces in the region responded to the ship call for help. At the same time, the Houthis militias in Yemen were targeted by. At 11:29, this was his update. A new statement from Ansar Allah, the Houthis, in the aftermath of the Norwegian-owned ship being hit by anti-ship cruise missile launched from a part of Yemen controlled by Ansar Allah. Ansar states that they only struck the ship after it ignored repeated warnings. They assert that they will continue to target the hesitation ships that attempt to deliver goods to Israel in solidarity with the suffering and death the Palestinians are facing in Gaza. Yep. All righty. Then we have Iran warns of explosions in the Middle East if war in Gaza continues. So Iran's foreign minister has warned that war in Gaza could lead to a big explosion of conflicts in the Middle East, with Lebanon and Yemen already involved and more countries poised to join. At least every week, we receive a message from the U.S. telling us that the U.S. bases in Syria and Iraq are targeted by some groups. Iranian Foreign Minister Hussein Amir-Abdollahian told the Doha Forum on Monday. At any movement, there is a possibility of big explosions in the region, one not controllable by any part. He explained via translator. The ominous warning follows the U.S. veto of the United Nations Security Council resolution to seek an immediate ceasefire. The U.S. Permanent Representative Robert A. Wood called the demand for the unconditional ceasefire dangerous and a recipe for disaster for Israel, for Palestinians, and for the entire region. The UK abstained from voting. The UN Security General Antonio Guterres had issued a letter to the Security Council in a rare use of Article 99. Anyway, we kind of covered a little bit of this the other day. And Iran has been sounding off. I think this is just a continuation of that, guys, right? Let's see. We also have Hal Turner again. Zelensky leaves the U.S. Capitol empty-handed. No new aid for Ukraine. Guys, I really don't. I don't think that him coming here made any difference. I don't think that the Congress said no, and they control the purse. If Democrats really want to give them aid, they need to buckle down on the border stuff, right? Anyway. All right. Now, guys, there's a lot of stuff in this little bitty article, let me tell you. First, we have Biden trashing Israel and the Israeli government. Netanyahu at a private fundraiser in D.C. last Friday after telling guests at the White House Hanukkah party the night before of his admiration for Israel. The Times of Israel reported that Biden accused Israel of indiscriminate bombing in Gaza. Biden also said that Netanyahu had to replace members of his democratically elected governing coalition and accept a Palestinian state. So I think this last part of it, the Palestinian state, is the thing that caught my eye. Caught my ear, whatever you want to say, caught my attention. I am not for a Palestinian state. I have been griping ever since that this property is God's property. He gave it to the Israelites. End of discussion. It's never belonged to Palestinians. So, all this two-state rhetoric is just that. So I myself am not for it, but we shall see how these things unfold and what God allows and what he disallows. So it'll be interesting, I guess. All righty. And then we have Poland, a member of parliament hits the menorah candle with fire extinguishers. All right, guys. I think they took it down. I watched it. Page not found. All right. They took down the thing. I guess they didn't like it being up there. Anyway. Oh, there it is. All right. So let me, I was thinking, I don't understand how come they took it down. I mean, come on. It is what it is. Not everybody likes it. I hear you. Hey, Watchman, how are you, honey? Hi, Ryan. Aw, I'm sorry, brother. Okay, so let me stop sharing for a second, then share it again so that we can make sure you can hear. It's just crazy stuff, guys. Crazy. All right. It's there. I can't imagine. Well, they're playing. Oh, my word. He took the fire extinguisher to it.
Why Panie pośle, co pan robi? Panie pośle, co pan robi?
Co pan wyprawia?
Panie pośle, co pan robi?
Jak tak można było się zachować?
I find this very disrespecting. I mean, it's disrespectful for all parties, including, I mean, he wouldn't like it if somebody came into his event and trashed it. So I assure you. Maybe somebody will show up at his birthday party and blow out his candles with a fire extinguisher. I don't know.
Proszę Państwa, zejście na dół się musi przewietrzyć.
Can't really understand him, but
Proszę Państwa.
it's obviously it's a horrible thing, guys. But, you know. Anyway. Yeah. Crazy stuff, right? So you got that going on. And when you got people, you know, in Parliament and people that you just can't control, I guess they can't control themselves. They have to be as skeptical. You're going to continue to have stuff like this, I guess, you know, but ain't going to stop us from praying for these people. That's what I have to say. But here we have from End Time Headlines, the FBI and DHS release another warning regarding threats to the public safety during holiday season. And guys, I think we've gotten a lot of these warnings. I would definitely say it probably would be safe to, you know, maybe play it a little safe for a little while. Just saying. The FBI and the Department of Homeland Security are warning the public of heightened threats to public safety this holiday season and through winter associated with your ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict. The FBI says it's closely monitoring threats to public safety during the holiday season, which may be amplified by the war. We take all potential threats seriously and will work closely with our law enforcement partners to determine their credibility, share information, and take appropriate investigative action, the Bureau says in a PSA. Per an assessment from the FBI and DHS, ongoing tensions related to the conflict between Israel and Hamas likely heighten the threat of lone actor violence targeting large public gatherings throughout the winter, including holiday-related faith-based New Year's Eve and First Amendment protected events related to the conflict. It's not related to the conflict, but, you know, they're making it related to conflict. The Bureau says that these targets are likely to remain attractive to lone actors inspired by a range of ideologies due to their accessibility and symbolic nature. The Bureau points to terrorist media organizations having called for lone actor attacks in the United States, as well as a racially or ethnically motivated violent extremist having called for violence and celebrated attacks on the Jewish community. The FBI says hate crimes have spiked nationwide since Hamas' deadly assault October 7th, Israel that set off the war. We have also observed an increase in hoax bombs and active shooter threats targeting synagogues across the United States, likely intend to disrupt services and intimidate congregants. Guys, if you can see that in the Poland prime minister's parliament, they can't even behave themselves. So you get a lot of people that have even, you know, larger egos and tempers. And yeah, I could see where it could be a little bit scary. So definitely take all the necessary precautions to keep you and your family safe. Calls for violence may increase in the days leading up to the holidays and before other notable events this winter, the FBI said. We therefore urge everyone to remain vigilant and to report any threats or violent, suspicious activity to law enforcement. All right, guys, that is what I have for you this afternoon. I do want to show you really quick, guys. I had a couple of things post on the community tab. So we put the tick disease kills in California. There's a Fox News article here. 3 days ago, there was the U.S. tells Israel don't retaliate against the Houthis. And here we have the Houthis blowing up ships. Avery says hi. And then we also had the monkeypox on the rise. The CDC warns. And Newsom canceling lighting of a tree. And locusts fill skies in Mexico. So that's like 4 days worth of stuff there, guys. Anyway, I just wanted to remind everybody that when something breaks, it's important but not urgent. I tend to drop it here so that you guys can have it the day that it comes out. But anyway, God is good, isn't he? And we are blessed. You found out 3 recent shootings, the big fentanyl bust, were all related to immigrants, and you live in a good little town. Not good. Wow. Oh my, Rip Curl. That's horrible, brother. Man. Yeah, that's not good, brother. Not good. Not knowing fentanyl. I mean, that's a huge problem. My goodness, my goodness. Well, we will keep your little town on our prayer list for sure, for sure. Wow. All right, guys. At 7 o'clock, we'll have some prayer and some Bible. If anybody wants to join me, I will be back then with some prayer and Bible. And God bless y'all. I love each and every one of you. And I hope y'all stay safe this holiday season, as all holidays. Just make sure to be very vigilant, right? Observant, know your surroundings. You see something, say something. Okay? Anyway, I love you all. I hope you all have a wonderful day. God bless. Bye.